I am sad to say that the romance between Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump is over. Now, I love Donald. Donald Trump, he's the only guy for me, chosen by God to lead us into a new age of golden, you see. But he didn't realize that Vladimir Putin wants to restore the Soviet empire, and he's willing to do and kill as many Ukrainians as he can do. Oh, Donny boy, I love you so, but you're miscalculated. You're saying that he's gone crazy, he's not the same man. Oh, Donny boy, that man has a history of mass murder. The only guy who makes him look like a guy is a name guy, Stalin. And let me tell you something. We got to support the Ukrainians at this point because it's a matter of honor. We're going to take some minerals there and have a stake in the Ukraine and get paid back for all the corruption that's going on there because we're sending them billions of dollars and it's going into some Ukrainian bank accounts. I'm not saying the comedian, let's just call him comedian because I can't pronounce his name, is responsible for this, but let's see if he has a little nest egg, you know what I'm saying, just in case the Ukraine falls. Anyway, yeah, the whole place is corrupt beyond belief. I mean, no more corrupt than our government, which is corrupt. But Donnie's going to take care of both situations. Another Zobo. Oh, let's see. This is about the what's happening with the bulls, the demon bulls. The bee apparently has carcinogenic situations because they make the water all over the country, and they got contaminations where stuff goes in you and it don't go out of you. So inevitably you get the cancer. It's a terrible thing. Cancer is a terrible disease. But what are you gonna do? I don't think you can do anything about it. But maybe they'll take a little microbes and take off the cancer. I don't know. It's a dangerous thing. For instance, and it has a situation where people don't accept. Nobody wants somebody to die of cancer because it's a very painful death. Even though Biden, the worst scum, whoever was in the White House, has it now. When it was just he's an old brat, people could make jokes. But now everybody has to be nice. Be nice to Mr. Biden. Ah, Biden is a slime. He tried to destroy the vicar of God. And I don't mean the Pope. I mean Donald Trump. Ah, Doctor, we're trying to rescue a bunch of ostriches. The socialists on north of the border want to kill a bunch of ostriches. And we're saying, why you want to kill them? Well, they may have the bird flu. Liberals always like to kill because of their, fears of flus and things like that that don't exist. They don't exist to a large extent. You know what I'm saying? They overblow it so they can exercise power and kill things. That's what they do, with no apparent reason. The Dr. Drew, Dr. Drew part of the government, and then Trump getting together to save the ostriches. Because not that I'm not a big ostrich fan. I'm not sure what's going on with the ostrich. Do we eat the ostriches? Do the ostriches like live a beautiful life out in the woods or on the farm? I don't know. Radical streamer ban over. Apparently, a guy who's pro killing Jews was radicalized in saying, hey, it's okay to kill Jews. Worldwide, we have to have a program. And, it's a part of the Palestinian plot. I'm going to tell you something. Palestinians do not like the Jewish people, and they don't want to live in coexistence, except at defeat. It's, they're not good sports. And they keep on saying that genocide what the Jewish people are doing to the Palestinians. A lie if there was ever a lie. No military in history has tried to not have collateral damage among civilians as the Israelis have. And no force that in history has been more cowardly, more monstrous than Hamas. I will not even mention the beheadings of babies and roasting of kids and killing of the old people and killing and strangling and rape that they persisted. The military operation to get a rise out of the Israelis. Little they know that they were all going to get killed, all the leadership there, and pay the price, the ultimate price, you know, which is beautiful. But the Israelis, now we have to let them do what we did in World War II. We bombed the hell out of Germany and Japan. And we blow up civilian things. You know, the only way to win a war is go all out. You know, I hate it. I'm again, but I'm not against it. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Hamas pulled a fast one. They were gonna do a thing where they're gonna have a peace treaty. Of course, they didn't do it because they're trying to, you know, make the Israelis look bad. And the Israelis look, oh, beautiful people, beautiful women. Let me tell you something. Oh my God, they're beautiful. No brain drain. You know, what they're doing is, all of Harvard, all the major industrial, intellectual, like Harvard, Yale, all are hotbeds of anti-Semitism, in which it is outlawed to be Jewish, unless you're portraying Jew who wants to betray Israel. You know, you're in trouble. Now, the only thing you can do is cut off all the funding and deport all the subversives who are pro-murdering Jews. That's all you can do. You know, you just throw them out. And you also make it so they can't mask themselves. So they're ruined for life. So in other words, they can never reform. They can never get jobs again in the United States. That's what you do. That's what we do. That's what Biden and Trumpy is doing as much as he can. And as for the courts that say you can't do that, do they have an army? I don't think so. You know, and they keep on saying, well, it's fascist. Look, there's right-wing fascism and left-wing fascism. Left-wing fascism has a lot worse reputation and a lot more murders on their hand than right-wing fascists. In fact, the Nazis were left-wingers. No, people don't realize that. Mussolini, the inventor of fascism, congratulated the communist Bolsheviks in World War One. They were cut from the same cloth. It's true. It's true. I on DC Vikings, cuffs off cops. What you gotta do, now take the cuffs off the cops. Police brutality is overblown. It's a myth. Police are very sweet. They're good people. And they only brutalize people who got it coming. You know what I'm saying? Liberal Dems coalition is collapsed. You got your AOC. You got your commies. They're outright commies, but Bernie Sanders said, in Russia they want the people to be fed. Fed. Because they had that's the bread lines. Neglecting that, we don't have bread lines here. Why? Because we're capitalists. And something you to explain to yourself. Each capitalist is a moral pinnacle on themselves. And the thing is, you can be moral and live in the capitalist society. You cannot be moral and be living under a communist socialist society. That's the facts, Jack. That's the way it's always been. And everything results. The rest is bullshit. Gosh darn rising. Let's be able to take this off here. Yeah, yeah. Let me see something. Perilous process. This is what we're going to do. Well, perilous, it's a process of being a cop is very perilous. That's what's going on. Cops have to give in a free hand to bust some heads. And also there has to be a vigilante. a right-wing vigilance. So when these people who like to beat up Jews come there, some good Christians who want to support our Jewish brothers will bust heads with baseball bats. That's what you need. You need street fights. There's no way around it. If they're violent, you get violent too. They're against Christianity, and they're against the Jewish people, and they're against everything. And traditional Muslims, not these wackadoos, you know, who have a distorted version of Islam. Well, they got the worst of it. You know what I mean? They take the lessons that are not so good. Down, Harvard hellfire. This is terrible. Harvard is a nest egg of hatred for the Jewish people. Never in history, because things are based on skin color and oppression and Marxist philosophy that the oppressed can do anything they want, while the unoppressed or the supposed white people who have all the privileges, they're forbidden to do anything. They have to just take the shots. Not gonna go. Not gonna go. They're going to battle. Got to battle. If you and the thing is, what the liberals don't realize, and the left, or the liberals, or whatever the hell they want to call themselves, they get out progressive, or socialists, they'll keep on rebranding themselves. Conservatives say, I'm conservative or populist. One thing. But when you got a situation on your hands where you gotta say, no, 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 no. You can't, you're not gonna have a double standard where you get to kill everybody and wear masks. This is the River of the Sea. It's a basic genocide against the Jewish people. That's it. And you know how many Ghazians there are? 2 million. That maybe 10 million. That's not somebody who's been had a situation where they've been oppressed or genocide. And the Jews, they got a problem. I mean, that piece of real estate in the Middle East, 5 to 10, 15 or 20 million Jews against 100 million hostiles. I don't think it's going to work out. I hope it does. And I hope those atomic bombers that the Israelis have can make the people be hesitant. And alliances between Saudi Arabia and other Arabian countries against Iran and the more radical organizations and the yeah. And he can make the alliance like it's my Mr. Trumpy, because God is on his side. It's obvious. Bus kids up. Some kids were going home, right? And a bus driver went to an anti-Israeli Jewish tirade, poisoning their little minds. When anti-Semitism was percolating everywhere, we won. Fight the battles. I say Jewish people have been doctors, lawyers, scientists, artists. They're giving a lot to the world. Well, they're a little pushy in a restaurant. They're a little pushy, but it's their nature. Fundamentally, they're lovely people. Well, who done it? Who did it? What is that? Who did it? Diddy did it. Diddy, the top cost, which, Pimp, King Pimp. We have to have a situation where he should be arrested just on corrupting Justin Bieber. Oh, Justin Bieber. You were corrupted as a little child, taken to Diddy's cloud parties, in which they humiliate white people and they get naked with little boys. Or they have sex, what you call sex shows. And he submits the women to do the sex shows for beating the crap out of them. Oh, did he make Epstein look like a nice guy? Well, these cops and the bullseye. I don't know. So, Captain, so I don't know what it means. Let's see how heavyweight. Charles Rangel. This is before the representative of the black people started, and everybody. I don't blame just the black people. The whole Democratic Party has body mouth. FUCK is every other word there. Mr. Rangel, he didn't curse at all. He fought the good fight and got some civil rights done. He's a little corrupt as they all are, but at least she didn't have the potty mouth like the little Texas girl from Dallas. What a mouth on. Not bad, but she's a little, a little ghetto. And the thing is, she can talk like a human being when she wants. She's turning it on and off. It's affectation. Oh my God. And this, you know, this, whatchamacallit, reporter, he's saying, well, we were fooled. We didn't realize that Biden had the brain of a vegetable. This is bull. They knew it. They were covering. Their corporate masters were anti-Trump, and they wanted to get Trump too. Now, what they don't say, they say media. They don't give it a name. They don't give it as individuals. Like the New York Times is owned by the Mexican cartels. It's the Mexican franchise. Zorus, one of the most evil men of this times. I'm not saying that of all time, but of this time, he's the evilest man and the most destructive man in the world. And he should not be able to contribute to American elections. Not an American. And if he is, take his citizenship away. Arrest him and his whole family. Put them on the Aleutian Islands. See how they like all cold weather. Well, they just had, you can't say anything against Muslims in England without getting arrested. Or get against abortion, you know? Because England is not a democracy because the liberals are controlling it. You gotta be thrown out. And anybody who goes against the English, right? And does radical things, no trial. Just throw them on a shooter. That's it. This is war. This is a different type of war that we're engaged in. We can't let our softness and our democratic things, we've done things that are a little questionable, but maybe we have to rethink that, like arrest 200,000 Japanese Americans during the Second World War. They fought well in Europe, and they were great fighters, and they were totally non-subversive. But we still should arrest everybody who's a subversive, whether or not, wants to destroy the United States. That's what the FBI was originally originated for, to get Edwin Goldman and all these commies out of the country. And that's how the Civil Liberties Union was born, trying to keep the commies in the country. Somebody who wanted to violently overthrow the government. Woke won't win wars. Woke won't win wars. Trannies are fierce fighters, and hand to hand, of course, they cut, shred your eyes out. But they're not that good because if they go in the combat, they're gonna get their stockings wrecked. And that'll take them demoralized. True. They won't fight that well, and they're vain. They're not good fighters. This is not the proper thing, and they shouldn't be taking our little boys and our little girls and trying to turn them into the transvestite, cross-dressing balls. Or cutting off them balls, if you know what I mean. It's all transgender is one of the worst things. Goes against history, goes against God, it goes against the Lord and nature itself. Ah, let's revert and let's see what else. A UK rant against Trump. Oh, UK rant. This is Mr. Bruce Springsteen. It's over for you, my friend. America is not a fascist country, never was. Trump is not a fascist. He's a populist, you know what I'm saying? He's for the people. He's one of the greatest men. And it's obvious God's on his side. A bulletproof thing. They tried to kill him. They had everything was pitted against him. Look at Michael Trump. He's a beautiful man. He's the guru of the day. Ex Diddy Abler is to testify, and Diddy's gonna get old in the prison. He's gonna be permanently. He's gonna try himself to get off by telling all the who's of who went to his orgies, his coerced orgies. Not even just an orgy. Well, if you want to do an orgy, do an orgy. But if you're conversing underage kids, beating women to submission. You do it in blackmail. I think that's wrong. That's RICO laws. Mr. Diddy. You want letting his hair grow. Great. They're trying to say, well, he's not a nice guy, but he's not guilty. At least they compartmentalize the things. Let me tell you something. Did he do, did he do your shoe? Did he do? Hey, this crypto executive, he was torturing somebody in a torture train. Now, let me tell you something. That's wrong. I'm going to go out on a limb. You shouldn't torture people in a torture train. It's wrong. It shouldn't be done. And and then he had his crypto thing, but this Italian guy, he wouldn't give up. I'm proud of him. I have a little Italian blood. I mean, not a lot. It comes to the surface when I do the boxing thing. But he wouldn't give in. He wouldn't give his code, his crypto code. That's a man. That's a real man. And he escaped. They were putting chainsaws on him. They were boiling him up and then putting water on him. And they showed him the guy who did it. He looked like a psychopath. He shouldn't have gotten off. He shouldn't have gotten off in his own reconnaissance. Hey, what? No bail, no bail for you. The Latino exodus from the Democratic Party. That's because they want to castrate kids and they want to call them Latinx. No, that's not going to work. The Latins are not going to go for this stuff. They're good people. They're macho men. And they know the right way to do things. Vote in the Republican Party. It celebrates men. It doesn't think they're toxic. You say they're toxic. You America, you are toxic men. You should let the feminists control everything. Castrate us. Oh, the castrators. The only man who wasn't castrated by a feminist should have been castrated by a feminist, by Hillary. But she couldn't castrate him because she has the charm of a moldy rock. Well, Mr. Trump, her husband, Bill can charm the bats out of the trees. And the world without daddies is a terrible thing. What's happened is men are not being fathers for a variety of reasons, mostly because women are out of line. So they run away from them. And then you have these kids, they have no fathers. So they're running wild. And this is all kinds of kids. These are black kids, white kids, yellow kids, and brown kids. What's happening? I don't know what to do about it. I know Trump knows. Because he's a wise man. He's wiser than I am. I mean, I would have simple situations in which we would solve the problem in the most direct way. Yeah, that look good. I got a shave. Hey, yeah. Oh, when the saints come a marching in, when the trumpers come marching in, oh Lord, I want to be in that number. When the trumpers marching in, oh, when the trumps marching in. Oh, when the trumpers marching in, oh Lord, I want to be in that number. When the trumpers come marching, oh, when the trumps, oh, when the trumps, oh, when the